All right, I want to talk about the cost of waiting. The cost of waiting. The cost of waiting, in my eyes, often the price you pay for not making the uncomfortable leap of doing what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And a lot of times, I think a lot of people know that uncomfortable leap of what they need to make in order to get to where they want to be. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't know where that is. But if you do, then I think you kind of know what I'm talking about in terms of the cost of waiting. I want to relate this to a personal story. So I went to college, and during my time at college, I drank from time to time, probably a little more often than time to time. And once I graduated college, kind of sat with myself. First time I was living alone and was really thinking and came to the conclusion that I didn't really like where my life was headed, drinking a couple times a week. That was not enjoying the direction of the things that I was doing, my health, my just everything about everything. You know what I mean? And I knew I needed to make a change. And so I wanted to go 100 days sober, no drinking. But I kept making compromises with myself and pushing that date back because of certain events that were popping up, like, oh, so and so's birthday, or it was the 4th of July, or it was a wedding coming up. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, I justified in my head, I could push this back because I need to have a drink or two at this event, whatever it is. And ultimately, I just came to the understanding in my head that I am putting off the person I really want to become by making these comfortable sacrifices of just having a drink or two at these events and not doing the hard thing by not drinking. And, it was a very humbling moment in my life where I kind of realized that anything that you're going to do that is going to be uncomfortable that will make you better, the time is never really going to be right for it. The time's never going to be perfect, I guess. Because it's always going to be, if it's uncomfortable now, it's going to be uncomfortable in 3 months. It's going to be uncomfortable in 6 months. It's going to be uncomfortable in a year. That's just kind of how it is. If you want to get in shape, if you're overweight and you want to get in shape, going to the gym is going to be uncomfortable, especially those first couple times. But it's not going to get any more comfortable by waiting, right? And so I kind of want to tie this back to a monetary example because this is what I know and this is what I do in my job. And I speak with a lot of business owners, some who might be watching this video right now. And a lot of them know that they need to invest in marketing to get to where they want to be. And a lot of times I'll be having conversations with them and they come to the conclusion that, they want to use my services and they believe that it will help them and help them grow. But some of them, end up thinking, or sorry, not thinking, but saying the time's just not right now. And that could just totally be them being nice and not wanting to say no to my face, in which I would prefer that you just say no to my face. I don't care. But if they truly believe that my marketing solution will get them to where they want to be, let's just paint this monetary example right now. So let's just say you can service 10 people in a month. We'll make these numbers really easy. You could serve 10 people in a month. That's your goal. That's how many clients you want to serve. And your services are $1,000. So you have the opportunity to make $10,000. But let's just say you only can get like around average 3 people in the books per month. Well, in my eyes, you have a $7,000 problem on your hands every month. And a year goes by That's $84,000 that you could have made for your business that you haven't made because you didn't make the decision to invest in the marketing. If that's what you believe that you need to grow, which, let's be honest, every business needs marketing to grow. And so the cost of waiting 9 times out of 10, well, let's be real, 10 times out of 10 exceeds the investment of getting started. If what you're doing is working, like let's say you're going to the gym, obviously the investment would be good. Or let's say your goal is to get in shape. Obviously the investment would be to go to the gym. The investment wouldn't be to go buy more donuts every week. You know what I mean? So the leap has to be the proper leap. But at the end of the day, the leap has to be made. And so it's interesting because I talk to a lot of people that say, I don't want to wait another day until putting myself out of the situation and getting myself into the situation where I am bringing in clients and changing my life and changing the trajectory of my business. I don't want to wait another day. But then when it comes down to making the uncomfortable decision, it's like the timing's not right. Newsflash, it never will be. It just never will be. That is the cost of change. Making uncomfortable decisions that you haven't made that have kept you where you are. And, I can relate this to friends. And it's like, how serious are you about making the change that you want to make? I have had friends make these grandiose statements. If one of them's watching this, I love him. This is not me to talk down on him. He's the boy. He's my boy. But he makes these grandiose statements about changing his life and what he wants to do and the goals that he has for his life. He got a tattoo on his leg of a media company that he wanted to start. He made like 3 videos and then stopped. And again, this is not me talking behind his back. I tell him to his face this all the time. I'm like, dude, if this is something that you actually want to do, you have to make that uncomfortable leap of posting. And for him, his holdup is he is worried about what people are going to think about him. And I told him, that's not going to get more comfortable in a couple months. You just have to rip the Band-Aid off. And so if you're already trying things and you want to grow your business, and you're already trying things and they're not working, are you pivoting? Are you seeking out help? Are you reading new books and trying to learn marketing? Are you trying to post? Are you trying to make any sort of change? Are you doing anything different? You know what I mean? If not, you got to look yourself in the mirror and really ask yourself, do I want this? Because if I do, it's time to start making some of those changes. Anyways, that's enough of that. I think you guys got the point there. I think I'm beating a dead horse, but how bad do you want it?